Hello, it's me again. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's not like you're watching to see me come back. But I'm going to talk about my retro machine because I think I mentioned it in the last video I did about the accidentally purchased gaming PC. An age ago now, I can't remember when, I could find out, I'm not going to. I bought from a charity shop, I bought a £10 Dell Optiplex 745 tower, and they had a couple of towers in. I bought this one because it had more USB ports. The other one had, I think the other one was a tenner as well, but it had fewer USB ports and Firewire ports, and I didn't want those. Although I am thinking now about buying a Firewire device, I just don't know what. I thought I'd buy this Dell Optiplex. I'll stick on the top of it that said no HDD, spares only. And I took it to the counter, and the person behind the counter said to me, "Oh, it has no HDD, it's spares only. Are you okay with that?" I said, "Yeah, I've probably got hard drives at home. I can put one of those into it, and at worst, if it doesn't work, I'll have a £10 case that I can do something with." Didn't want to say I wouldn't ever do anything with it. It just sit in a corner as a doorstop. She says, "Oh, is that what HDD stands for? Hard drive?" I said, "Yeah. It's bit of the computer, that you need to do anything." She says, "Oh, could you fix them?" I said, "Well, yeah, I could." And that's where I paid and left, because I didn't want to get drawn into the "will you come and volunteer for us and fix them?" Though in fairness, I probably could spend a few hours doing that a week. Anyway, I got it home, and it came. It's an Optiplex with a Core 2 Duo processor in. I've got the spec sheet on this. I'm not just looking over here at some type of auto cue. It's got and this isn't scripted. Why would I have an auto cue? I should get an auto cue. That's what I should do. So yeah, it's got an Intel Core 2 Duo running at 1066 MHz. It's an Intel Q965 Express chipset. Dell recommends Windows XP, Professional SP2, which is what SP3 is currently running on that, from my old Windows XP discs that I have. I don't know why I kept them. Well, for this, I kept them for this. I knew I was going to do this. It has a built-in Intel GMA 3000 graphics card, which shares system memory, and it had an Intel. No, it didn't. It had an ATI Radeon X1300 graphics card, which looks like this. And it has these ports on it, DVI and TV out. And the problem was I have no monitor with a DVI. Well, I didn't have a DVI cable at the time, and I didn't have a TV out cable at the time. I probably could have got either. But I thought to myself, right, it's not a problem. I'll just plug it into the VGA, because I've had this monitor for a while. This monitor, again, £2.50 I think it cost me from a charity shop. I bought it to plug into an old laptop that I used to use for retro stuff, but never got on with because it was just a faff. Had one USB port. So yeah, plugged the VGA into the Intel graphics card, and it says, "Oh, I can't possibly display to this screen. You've got a secondary graphics adapter. Plug it into that instead." Didn't say that. It said it in much more technically concise language. So that was the bit of an issue. So I opened up the machine, pulled the ATI graphics card, and then plugged the VGA, plugged it all back together again, plugged the VGA into the Intel graphics card, started it up, BIOS beeps. Thinking, oh bugger. So I shut it down, start it up again, count the BIOS beeps this time. And I can't tell whether it's doing, I don't know what the sequence was, 454, 545, 636, 822. It could have been doing any number of beeps. It was that thing where it goes beep, 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 and you have to listen to the slower, listening for a gap between the beeps. Couldn't do that for love nor money because I'm incredibly impatient. So I called up the BIOS beep thing, just to see what it was, and obviously different sequences mean different things. I thought to myself, right, let's go for the thing that it might most logically be. Checked everything was plugged in, pushed in. It was. Swapped the BIOS battery out because it's just like a 2032 coin battery. Still the same, still BIOS beeps like nobody's business. Thought, right, RAM. RAM is the easiest thing for me to pop out of that machine. I'm pointing down there as if you can see the machine. So I popped, it has two 1 GB sticks of memory in it. I'm looking around for a stick of memory, not that you need to see it, but no. It had two 1 GB sticks of memory in it. This is the memory. 1 GB PC2 5300. Well, that's all very exciting. So yeah, I had two of these in it, and I pulled one of the sticks just to be on the safe side because they're in slots. I think it's 0 and 2, and still the same. Oh bugger. Pulled the other stick of memory, switched it on, still beeping like nobody's business. Oh no. Then I thought to myself, right, what I'll do is I will put the memory that was in slot 2 into slot 0. If I'm getting the numbers wrong, 0 is 1, 2 is 3. And boot the machine, it booted. I thought to myself, oh no, I've only got 1 GB of RAM that works. I did put the other stick into the other slot just to see, and it was beeping. So I beeped again. So I thought, alright, 1 stick of memory. 1 stick of memory, 1 gig, I'll be fine, because at the end of the day I'm just using it as a retro gaming PC, and the retro games that I'm playing all come on disc. I've got more than this, but this is just a handful that are under there. Also, that's proving to be an issue because it needs to be online, and I'm not putting that online. It needs to be online for like the authentication thing. I'm sure I can figure it out though. Anyway, yeah. None of them require more than 1 GB of RAM. But I did think to myself, I don't know, I don't want to run it on the Intel graphics card, so I ended up buying another graphics card. I went into CEX of all places, and I saw a graphics card for like, I think it was £12 or £15. It was something not particularly overly pricey. And I thought, you know what, I'll pick it up. And I did. It's this. This is a palette graphics card. It is an NVIDIA GT240 with an amount of memory on it. I think it's, I don't know how much memory's on it. 1 gig, I think. And I thought, oh, that's, you know what? It'll be fine for my retro games. I don't need anything overly powerful. I would have loved to have recreated a system I used to have, but prices for those components are expensive. The only thing I didn't think as I was bounding home to put it in was it's got to, it takes up 2 pieces. It takes up 2 what are these? It takes up 2 blanking slots at the back, and the problem was where the PCIe connector is, where the PCIe connector is on this, it points out to the last or the first, depending on which way you look at it, PCI slot, so there was nowhere to put this. And I went through a phase of thinking I could just pop this off. Except that provides some stability for the card. So I put it in the machine and I'm thinking, well, this is never going to work. So I just left it for a while. I did think of a few other solutions, but none of them came to pass because they all required effort on my part. I didn't even think about cutting the plate down, but I thought, no, I can't be doing that. So anyway, that came to nothing. And I thought to myself, right, okay, I need a solution for this. So I kept looking on eBay and, you know, seeing if I could find a cheap graphics card. And in the end I did. And I won an auction for this. This is the Radeon HD 6450. It's DirectX 11 compatible. It's got 1 gig of RAM on it. It takes up 1 slot in the back of the machine. It has 0 decibel cooling. Has no cooling fan. That's what that means. And I bought it for a tenner, got it, it arrived, it plugged it in, it works. So I put it in, it works. Yeah, I'm happy with the machine. It's doing everything I want it to do as a retro gaming machine. I haven't run that many games on it. Again, I wanted to get that retro experience, so I could have used a controller, but instead I bought a joystick. This is the Wingman Digital Extreme 3D, and again, it works. It was £3 in a charity shop again. You're getting a theme here for a retro thing. In fact, these games, all of the games that I've picked up, not just these, because like I say, I've got more than these, this too as well. The movies I've had for years, admittedly. But all of these and all of the other games that I've bought, I've been picking up for like 50p, a pound, maybe £2 in charity shops. And I do intend to start playing some of them. I even had a crazy idea of hooking up my game capture card, little Ken capture box, to this and streaming or recording footage on my main gaming PC. That might come at some other point though. But yeah, I mean, it's absolutely fine. And the only other thing that it's got in it that didn't come with it is the Creative Labs 5.1 sound card that I put into it. And the only reason I wanted that was because I wanted an extra, well, I wanted a separate sound card to the one built in. More games down here, even more down there. I would like big box ones. I've only got 2 big box games. I have, again, picked these up really, really cheap. Well, one of them wasn't, but that's by the by. I have Alpha Centauri in a big box. It's got all the bits in it, including the map. And I have Elite Frontier, of all things, and it's got everything in it, including the book of short stories. The only thing that is missing is the map, which is a shame, but I just wanted it in a big box. There was no reason for it. The reason why I've got all these on disc is because it has a DVD drive in it. I think it's a DVD writer. If not, it's a DVD drive that'll write CDs. And I thought to myself, that'd be quite cool, because I can install stuff onto the hard drive. The hard drive that's in it is a 500 gig SATA hard drive. When I got it home, I was thinking, I've got IDE hard drives. It'll give me a use for IDE hard drives, because I'm not using IDE hard drives for anything. And it didn't give me a use for them because it's a SATA. It had a SATA connection in it. In fact, that's the thing that I bought the SATA data cable for. And I bought one, thinking I'm not going to need any more than one. The webcam on the top isn't actually connected to that PC, it's connected to the main PC. Again, the problem that I have with this is I say it's a problem, it isn't. I've not got it connected up to the network or the internet just because I don't want to. I don't have a need to. Reading the disc there. I bought a set of £3 speakers from Poundland just because I wanted a set of external speakers for it. And again, if I could find a pair of the Time ones, it's a 2006 machine. If I could find a pair of, like a pair of really, really cheap early 2000, late 90s speakers, I'd probably pick them up. But £3, the USB powered, but 3.5mm mini jack. I also do need to figure out a better layout for this because everything's a bit over here at the moment. But yeah, again, it runs fine for what I'm using it for. I haven't optimised anything about it. I probably could, I probably should, but I just haven't got round to it yet. And I'm not going to spend ages fiddling with, like all of the many settings. I probably will on the modern gaming rig because I want to push that. The modern gaming rig, the accidental purchase. Yeah. Exit. There we go. But yeah, that's the story of my ridiculous gaming PC, the retro gaming PC. Not to be confused with the other one. I'm still happy that I've spent less than £60 on all of the bits. And if I don't play that much on it, I don't play that much on it. We'll see how it goes. Right, okay, I'll probably talk about something else next time because I don't want to talk about PCs forever. They're boring. They're not boring, it's just that I can only say so much about them. And I'm only doing these videos because I can. There you go, that's the reason for everything. Right then, I will catch you next time where we might talk about trade paperbacks, graphic novels and other bits that are behind me. They may be more interesting. Right, bye for now.